Okay, so we're here back with the Q&A video questions, so let's go to some of the YouTube questions we got. First one is from Belvedere. Do you have experience shipping to Europe? Yes, we do. We ship both bikes and kits pretty much every week to Europe, Asia, pretty much anywhere in the world we can ship to. Question number 2 from Nelson de Salvatore. Have you thought in making a high volume, lower price, or you're just going to keep making high quality at lower numbers? So we are going to concentrate on absolute quality and oversight of our products. So for the time being, we're going to concentrate on lower numbers, lower volume bikes that we have absolute control over. Third question is from Austin Fox. I own a Revolution X, but would love to get a lighting system hooked up directly to the main battery so that I don't have to worry about them dying during my night rides. Do you have any suggestions for how to do this? Yes, for some of the lower wattage lighting systems, I recommend using a Grin Technologies DC-DC converter. It's going to take the battery voltage directly from your HPC bike and it'll power your lighting system, but that's only at lower wattage, lower output systems. For the higher output systems and our 2500 lumen or 4000 lumen lighting systems, you're definitely going to need a standalone battery system, how it comes standard. But we are looking into solutions for a high power DC-DC converter so that you can use your battery directly from your bike. Number 4, Corbin Keegan. Does the bike recharge when you pedal? No. We can offer regen, however. If you want to do regen braking, we can offer it on most of our bikes. You just have to special order that. Just tell us via email or phone when you call in and order your bike that you want that feature, and we can add that, no problem. Number 5, Baiku Wilku. If the battery is made with good quality cells, is used and built good, is there any bad thing that can happen to it by using it for a long time except lower capacity and voltage? Yes, there can. If you have fake cells, which are quite prevalent out on the market, I have cells here that say Samsung 30Q, but after testing, they're definitely not Samsung 30Q. The discharge graphs at 1C, 2C, 3C, 4C, and 5C are just awful. Horrible capacity. They heat up quick. They're definitely fake. Not even close to the real deal. Those cells you got to worry about. You know, they can definitely overheat at high discharge rates, and that's a dangerous thing. If you do have a genuine cell that you verified via testing, that you trust, like Sony, Samsung, LG, etc., those are going to be much safer. And if you pair those with a good battery management system, you should be completely safe and you shouldn't have to worry about anything there. Number 6 from Harvey. With the added weight of your massive battery pack and motor, how durable are the wheels of your bikes? How often do the spokes need to be adjusted? I'm glad you asked that. We have 3D drilled rims now that we use exclusively for our hub motors. That allows the spokes to come at a perfectly straight angle to the hub motor itself. That reduces the amount of problems we have with the wheel builds for sure. It makes a much stronger wheel. For the mid-drive motors, we use standard rims and we have no issues because the mid-drive, all the weight of the motor is in the middle of the bike off the rear wheel, so there's no unsprung weight there in the rear wheel, so it's going to work just like a typical bike would. Instagram questions. At PedalJ87. Are all your employees sexy beasts? No. There's a couple of us that definitely aren't. Thanks for asking though. Number 8, Jay and Rahoy. Hopefully I said that right. Would we have to pay all up front or are we able to make payments? So we do offer financing on our website under the financing page at the top of our website. You click on financing. You'll probably know if you're going to get approved in 2 or 3 minutes. Really quick process. Rule of thumb is you should have a credit score of 650 or above. You know, a lot of times they're going to approve you pretty quickly. If you have a credit score below that, you might get pre-approved via time payment. Just keep in mind that the rates are not going to be as good as if you had a higher credit score and you got approved right away. Facebook questions. Number 9 from Bojangles Brooks. What is the future of high power cycles? Is that crazy powerful motor coming out anytime? Yes, it is. We do have crazy powerful US made hand wound motors coming out pretty soon. So the future of high power cycles is going to be, I would split it up in 2 separate sections of bikes that we plan to make. One are going to be these mid-drive bikes that are going to be torque sensing, that are going to have throttles as well, because we're huge believers in throttle, and they're going to be anywhere from 750 watts to probably 3,000 watts. and they're going to be integrated. The motors are going to be integrated into the frames. We're going to have a hardtail, we're going to have a full suspension, we're going to have a fat bike, we're going to have a comfort bike. Hopefully we're going to have a road bike pretty soon here. Those are going to be our entry-level price points and mid-level price points. Then we're going to go all the way up to the super high-end ones and more exotic builds. And those are going to have our super high power, US made, hand-wound motors. We're going to do belt drives on a lot of those guys. They're just going to be built to last, primed for military, because we're going to spec it to be able to meet a lot of the military standards, so we can serve the military market and as well serve consumers, because if we can build it to mil spec, then consumer market's going to be a little bit easier to deal with for sure. Colin Mortson, why are they so expensive? Please break down how they cost more than a KTM full moto. So in general, electric bikes are going to cost a lot more than their gas equivalents. In general, as a rule of thumb, battery technology is more expensive. You know, you're not just filling up with gas when it's empty. You know, you have that big, huge battery you had to pay for initially up front. You also have the electronics like the controller. We use sine wave controllers now. One of the main reasons our bikes are more expensive is we use precision machine aluminum parts. We don't really do steel bikes. They're all precision machined, and a lot of these high volume plays from the big brands are definitely made to a price point to compete at the same level, you know, as Honda or Yamaha. They're quality for sure. We just build in low quantity, super high quality precision machine parts. I mean, we're talking about, when we do Revolutions, we're talking about the best suspensions you can possibly buy in the DVO Emerald custom factory tune. I mean, it's over a $2,000 fork. So everything that we do is ultra high end. You know, if you were to take a full moto and start from scratch and put all the highest end components on it, you're probably talking about a $30,000 motorcycle for sure. And then also we do US batteries, and that's a big component of what we believe in. Every bike that you purchase from HPC, we actually will custom build your battery to order. So if you bought a Revolution now, I would take the raw cells and put it in order and build your battery pack, and in about 2 weeks it'll be completed. We actually hand build the wheels, hand cut the spokes here, and everything is just done from scratch with complete oversight, hand built, and that's why it's so expensive. Neville Wasley, long term, what is the expected life of the battery and what is the replacement cost of a new battery? So that's a good question. We say on average battery life is around 3 to 5 years, and that's regardless of what kind of use it has. So if you use it every day, great, it'll keep the battery in tip-top shape. Just make sure that when you store it long term, keep it around 50% charge. Now, if you don't use it at all, you know, or use it say 10 times in 5 years, it's still going to have a shelf life, and we still don't expect it necessarily to last beyond that 5-year period. That being said, if you get lucky, you know, and you take care of your battery, we do have batteries that are maybe 8 years old and still working. Maybe at, you know, 60-70% of the original capacity, but still working nonetheless. Number 12 from Travis Scott Nobles. Have you guys thought about making a dual motor bike with one mid-drive motor like the Typhoon and one high-speed motor on the back wheel? This way you can have a lot more power at low speeds with the mid-drive and then get higher top speeds with the rear motor. Could it automatically switch at a certain speed and more likely have 2 throttles? Just a thought, could be a pretty unique ride. So yes, in the future we want to have a couple models that are actually 2-wheel drive that combine a rear-wheel drive mid-drive. So the rear wheel is driven by the mid-drive, and then we have lightweight geared hub motor in the front, you know, maybe 5-6 pound motor max, that you still can have a lightweight bike that you can pick up the front end over obstacles just to give added traction. You know, we have a couple really cool bikes coming that would be a good candidate for. Yeah, and we can definitely add a little bit of speed in that front hub motor as well. So that would be pretty cool, and we have something coming. So yeah, stay tuned, keep the questions coming, and we will come back in another 2 weeks or so, and we'll answer some more of your questions. Thank you guys. Subscribe below.